Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fee and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back to another day of Tesla technical analysis. Today we have a lot to talk about. Let's get right into the technical analysis here, and toward the back half of the video I will also add Shopify and Amazon as usual. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Let's get right into it. Here's the daily chart for Tesla at the time of this recording, which is only about 10 more minutes before the conclusion of the trading day. Tesla is trading at $957. The volume is at 78%, so by the time that the trading day closes, we're looking at about 80 to 85%. Tesla had a significant reversal at some point today. The lowest point was $930 down here. And it has since reversed over $27 since, making the overall day less than 1% in the red, which is phenomenal for Tesla as usual, but it is also expected given the previous RSI level here. RSI now seems to start flicking up, which means that we have potential reversal, but we won't know until tomorrow. If we do have a reversal tomorrow, it is very likely that the gap down to $909 would not be filled. But for right now, I'm taking one day at a time. I had hoped that Tesla would fill the gap at 909, giving an opportunity for an entry point, but it did not happen today. So let's take a look at the smaller time frame to see where Tesla might be tomorrow. So here's the 30-minute chart. As you can see that the last 2 hours have been a reversal point for Tesla. The lowest point was at $930. I hope you guys picked up some shares at $930 like I did. I had set my price target for $930 this morning before the market opened. Tesla revisited and hit exactly $930 before reversing. So that's pretty cool. So you can still see the gap, my two blue lines here. This line is for 949. This line is for 909. Tesla crossed below the gap, but never filled the gap here. Never reached the bottom pivot points either. Right now, Tesla is heading back up, but the RSI is also at overbought, so it probably would retrace into close. We still have about 5 more minutes left. The trading range for tomorrow is on the upper end, $971. Middle pivot point is $956, and the bottom pivot point is now $914, which is only about $5 above the gap here. I don't know if we would give up on Tesla's ability to fill the gap. I do think that we have to wait until tomorrow to see whether reversal is confirmed, meaning that Tesla would be reversed to the upside and abandon the gap, or whether or not Tesla will fill the gap first thing in the morning and then reverse. Once again, my eyes are still asphyxiating on 909. If Tesla ever gets to that point, I will be not only a share buyer, but also a call option buyer. Coincidentally, the two pivot points, the middle and the bottom pivot points, almost coincide with my two gap upper end and lower ends here. So this is interesting. We'll see what tomorrow will bring. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, I know I don't always look at the 4-hour chart. I prefer the daily chart, but given the fact that Tesla reversed toward the back half of the day, I wanted to show you the 4-hour chart. In this chart, it is very clear that Tesla has a reversal in the back half of the day for the last 4 hours. And so for that reason, I think that it would be turning bullish if tomorrow it confirms this trend. And how would Tesla confirm this reversal trend? It could either gap up and continue up. That means that the gap would be abandoned, and that would mean that it would revisit $1,005. Or alternatively, it could also start it at almost the lowest point of today, which would be a gap down, and then continue to move down and then make a V-shaped recovery going back up. That would be fantastic for option traders, especially if you are waiting for reversal. But if not, I think Tesla would be moving around the middle pivot point here, which is around $950. And that would be a consolidation day before it decides the next step the day after. So there are a few possibilities. My favorite possibilities, as always, Tesla gets to the extreme level, which is around $916 or even $909, and then immediately reverse. One thing to note is that the weekly chart is not entirely bullish. It is quite bearish actually. But by the end of the week, if this weekly candle here has a very long wick and ended the week somewhere around $1,000, that would be a complete reversal at the weekly level as well. And at that point, I would not be looking for Tesla to fill this gap. I would be looking for Tesla to retest 50 days SMA and all of the upcoming resistance here. The next resistance level is $1,038 and then $1,078. So here's the 15-minute chart just so we can see a different view here. Tesla is now closed at $958. The back half of the day was fairly bullish. The volume is now 81%. I note that the predominant volume during the day is still a buy volume. You can see a lot of green bar chart here. Tesla never hit the bottom pivot point today. But tomorrow, if it does move down drastically in the morning, and get to around 9:15, that will be an excellent opportunity for a call option. So usually when Tesla is reversing or at the beginning of reversal, it usually would take one last breath of bearishness before making a V-shaped recovery. So that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow. It might or might not happen. Given the daily candle, it could easily enter a gap up in the morning and then continues to break away from there and hit 50 days SMA once again. So my hope might not happen, but if it does happen, it will make a very long wick and that would be confirmation of reversal. So we'll have to see what the day looks like tomorrow. Here's the daily chart for Amazon. Amazon ended the day at $3,381, down less than 0.5% from yesterday. So with this candle, it seems to be a reversing candle. It is not super strong at like for Amazon to end without a gap, namely it would have ended above 3,400. That would have been better, but regardless, this is a very bullish candle and you can tell that it literally reversed right around 200 days SMA and hold 200 days SMA at this point. So the first step that Amazon did was to hold on to 50 days SMA and then the next day lost 50 days SMA. The day after, which was today, lost 200 days SMA, but then within the same day immediately reclaimed 200 days SMA. So right now I'm seeing Amazon heading back to 50 days SMA at 34, 37. And then it might be bouncing around there for a little while. So if you are a current holder of call option, as I share with you on my Patreon page, you could hold on to Amazon call option for at least another day. My price target, as indicated on my Patreon page, would be around $34.25, which would be right below 50 days SMA right now. The volume for today was only 78%, so I wouldn't say the bullish trend has very strong momentum or volume at the moment, but I think tomorrow would be a good confirmation day. So tomorrow, if we have more update from the Fed, then we could potentially have more clarity in the market, and then the stock could decide whether it will go back up to bullish or it will continue downward trajectory. Right now, Amazon seems to flag a reversal pattern, and I'm going to be waiting for confirmation tomorrow. But so far, so good. I like the green candle here. This is Amazon's hourly chart. Once again, you see that it moved below the bottom pivot point here at 33.45, go to all the way down to 33.28, and then start reversing. And the red dot line here, which is 200 days SMA for Amazon, continue to serve as a very strong support. Once again, the formula hasn't changed. Anytime the stock moved below a strong support, it tends to reclaim that support. And that was exactly what Amazon did. So I'm hoping that some of you took advantage of the trade that I posted on my Patreon page. If not, that's okay. If tomorrow Amazon take another dive below 33.62, I think that's another good opportunity to enter a call option. At that point, it would be premium would be very low, but the bullish trend would not have been confirmed until the end of the day. So if Amazon ends the day tomorrow once again above 33.82, then that would be confirmation of a bullish reversal, and then it would be heading directly to 34.37. But if tomorrow Amazon ends the day below the lowest point of today, which would be below 33.28, then that would not be bullish reversal confirmation. I still want to remind everybody of my weekly bull flag in Amazon with the first price target of $39.50. That is almost $600 to go from here, with a all-time high currently only at $37.73. So for $39.50 to happen, this is a very aggressive position to have, but I strongly believe that it will get there. The pattern right now is not necessarily super favorable because we do see a double top here in Amazon, and Amazon could fall back down, but I think with the right catalyst, i.e. a excellent earnings report for Q4 2021, for example, Amazon could get to $39.50, and that is the longer term trajectory for Amazon. Now, if you're looking at the second price target for this bull flag, it would be $45.51. So for perspective, in the past, I also predicted NVIDIA to run pretty vigorously once it had a weekly bull flag before the stock split. At the time, I think NVIDIA was around $500 something, and I had predicted that it would hit $744 and then $944 for the first and second weekly bull flag price targets. It sounded pretty comical at the time, but now not so much because NVIDIA went all the way up to $1,200, so it even surpassed my second bull flag target. So keep that in the back of your mind for these two targets in Amazon. If you are a shareholder in Amazon and would like to buy, I think now is a good time to buy because the upcoming price target could be very impressive for the months to come. Since we talk about NVIDIA, I might as well just jump into NVIDIA here. NVIDIA had a relatively interesting day today where it touched 50 days SMA at around $274 and also reversed. This daily candle here is a very weak reversal candle, so I wouldn't be too quick to say that it is reversal. It could also be a bearish continuation as well, depending on the rest of the market. So NVIDIA's all-time high was $346, and right now it is only at $274. So it is quite substantial of a move, almost $75 to the downside. If you are interested in owning NVIDIA, now would be a good time, I think, because NVIDIA just hit the oversold territory this morning and start reversing a little bit. Now, if NVIDIA loses 50 days SMA at 274 tomorrow, it probably will quickly reclaim it and reverse back up. If NVIDIA ends the day tomorrow around 283 or higher, that would be a reversal confirmation and NVIDIA could resume bullish. So far, NVIDIA and Google, in my mind, has not been affected as heavily as the rest of the tech sector for this particular correction. Here's the daily chart for Shopify, and Shopify still looked pretty bearish. It ended the day below 200 days SMA. And even though it had a very long wick up top that filled the gap earlier today, I still think that Shopify still in bearish territory at this point. The good thing is that Shopify bounced significantly from the low of the day, which was around 13.29, and it ended the day at 13.54. So that's always good, but it has not been able to make it above 200 days SMA. I'd like for Shopify to get to above 13.70 at the moment and maintain green above that in order for it to resume bullish and reclaim 50 days SMA at 14.91. So right now, I would not be entering any put option in Shopify, even though the chart pattern is still bearish, because I think this would be the fourth red day. And so I'm not comfortable holding or entering any put for the fifth red day. In fact, I'm waiting for Shopify to tank below the lowest point of today and then start reversing. So I still think that Shopify will want to reclaim 13.70 in the short term. And so if it does tank to below 13.40 again tomorrow, that would be an excellent opportunity to enter a call option. Even same week expiration if you have risk tolerance for Shopify to not only close the daily gap, but also to reclaim 200 days SMA and eventually 50 days SMA. If you are looking at a longer term option, I would be thinking of a couple of weeks out. And that would be a good opportunity to hold on to Shopify for the next few days while the price action untangles itself. And I think it would more likely to untangle to the upside than the downside at this point. So this is it for this video. Thank you very much for your paying attention thus far, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.